The Brobbey situation has reached a point where Sunderland are no longer just managing interest, they are managing a queue. Tutto report, citing their own sources, that Juventus, Atletico Madrid and Stuttgart have all been monitoring Brian Brobbey following his World Cup performances for the Netherlands. 3 goals in 2 matches have accelerated what was already growing attention from within the Premier League, where Manchester United, Tottenham and Aston Villa are also said to be watching. Several unnamed clubs have made inquiries about availability. Sunderland's position, relayed clearly in the same report, is that they are not willing to let him go easily and regard him as central to what they are building. The contract runs to 2029. There is no financial pressure to sell, and any fee would need to substantially exceed his current market valuation. That is the official posture, and it is a defensible one. But the Tutto report includes a detail that shifts the frame. Any deal would depend not only on a club meeting Sunderland's price, but on Brobbey's own willingness to leave. Those are 2 separate conditions, and only one sits within the club's control. When Brobbey responded to earlier links by calling the attention flattering rather than dismissing it, the wording was careful enough to notice. It is in that context that the Balogun story takes on a different meaning. Court Offside report that Sunderland are among 6 Premier League clubs monitoring Folarin Balogun, the Monaco striker who scored 19 goals last season and opened his World Cup with a brace for the United States against Paraguay. The report links Sunderland's interest directly to the possibility of a Brobbey departure. This is not proactive squad building, it is a contingency being mapped out while the primary situation remains unresolved. The practical difficulty is substantial. Monaco value Balogun at around £43 million and are reluctant sellers. Arsenal hold a 17.5% sell-on clause, meaning a deal of that size generates a return for a third party with no stake in Sunderland's planning. And the competition, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Everton, Nottingham Forest, includes clubs with deeper wage structures and larger transfer budgets. Sunderland would be entering a bidding contest from a position of disadvantage before a pound has been committed. Balogun's profile is coherent with the model. 24 years old, productive numbers in a top European league, international pedigree, and a player whose best years are ahead of him. Under different circumstances, that fits. The circumstances here are that Sunderland would be spending £43 million reactively in a compressed window, while simultaneously losing the forward who anchored their press last season. The Europa League group stage arrives in September. Régis Lebris needs a settled front line before then, not a replacement striker acquired under duress at a premium price. Sunderland's best outcome this summer is straightforward. Brobbey signs new terms, the queue moves on, and Balogun remains someone else's problem. Whether they get that outcome is no longer entirely in their hands.